Hello. Welcome to Chrysalis Dawn Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I love having you here. I'm going to start with ringing the bowl, then I'm going to do a brief channeled message followed by the cards. Calling in the Most High and the highest levels of light and love in the multiverse to bring forward the most advanced, genetically enhancing evolutionary messages that you can receive and download into your awakening divine blueprint at this time. Welcome. Beautiful. So in the premeditation that I did before starting the recording, I saw a beautiful shift into increased prosperity, influence, power. I specifically saw the King of Pentacles card, which was really nice. I also saw a lot of, and I was feeling a lot of cosmic expansion happening. I saw specifically a lot of downloads coming through the Great Pyramids, which we've got symbolized right over here, from Sirius Star, and that there was a lot of even broader energies, which Sirius Star is my way of saying Sirius, which aligns with the pyramids around the Lionsgate period every year. And there was a lot of energies filtering through that, including Andromedan energies, Lyran energies, Arcturian energies. And there's like this big cosmic convergence that's going on, and it's going to be continuing to go on into the new year and beyond. And it's pretty yummy, it's pretty delicious, and it's something that I feel is going to take a little bit of time. And it can't be rushed. Although I will say that, like, in this November and December, especially on the days that have only zeros, twos, and ones in the dates, there's specifically, these are like the final dates, you know, for a very long time, where it's just going to be only zeros, twos, and ones, and there's just a lot of activation of Divine Blueprint available for your, basically for activating your genetic expression to its highest potentials, your Divine Blueprint that are going to be coming through. And a lot of it includes these galactic energies and how they help to ascend and bring out the more positive, higher frequency aspects of your DNA so that you can fulfill your greatest purpose and potential in this lifetime and beyond this lifetime, really, because if you are, you know, going to continue to reincarnate, whether it's here or on another place in the universe, it's going to be influenced by what you've been able to receive at this time. So, although, you know, having said that, at the broadest level, you know, the time, these numbers are still human numbers, and we understand them from a human perspective, but they are part of God's perfect order and God's perfect divine plan for our perception from our earthly understanding. So, you know, it's important to honor them as such and realize what they're offering. So, ultimately, I feel that, you know, you will be stepping into this bigger leadership role coming through this higher activation of your potential, and that's going to bring through a happier, more fulfilling, more productive time for you with higher creative potential. So let's get into the cards and see what other messages want to come through. But it feels good. It feels really good. Like a lot of past obstacles that were keeping you in like a lower vibe are finally really clearing way to start to really, like I said, feel into these much yummier cosmic energies and expand into new territory in terms of your consciousness. And a lot, I would say, like there's going to be a lot more powerful or consistent abilities to receive prophetic word and psychic insight and, you know, guidance from the Most High and galactic beings of the highest light and love. It's all going to be more fluid and flowy and abundant. It already is becoming like that, but it's going to be continuing to become even more so because these veils are lifting. So it's pretty exciting. So what do you need to know here? Okay, that's way too many cards. We're not going to take all that. What do you need to know? Okay. All right, so the central card, we've got, it's happening right now. The shift into your higher consciousness is about to shock you. So that's a beautiful confirmation of the introductory message. And the bottom of the deck as well says here, cash flow, open to the doors of financial prosperity coming your way, unexpected income incoming. So that's a beautiful confirmation of that King of Pentacles energy and that increased prosperity I was feeling. And then around it, we've got some cards that are starting to speak about a story around love. So, and my readings tend to blend off in between love messages and messages about your purpose, your ascension. So in that sense, they can be a little bit, and even your health, right? So they can be a little bit general, and sometimes they can be more specific, but it's appearing like there's going to be a bit of a blend with this one. So we've got here, he wasn't the one for me. I always knew it, but I didn't know how to let go or leave. And we've got with that new love on the horizon. See the vision, the potential, and the expansion of everything to come. All right. So sorry about that. Okay. So I feel like there's somebody here that was a divine counterpart that was not ready, that was not open, that was not willing. And when I say that, I mean that around their connection with their true divine counterpart being you, the viewer. And so because of that, there was like a lot of self-sabotage by this counterpart of, basically running into another relationship and intentionally at a subconscious level picking someone that was like going to be very hard to get away from, like somebody who was very deceiving and very manipulative, but often in a totally sort of seemingly harmless way, that was constantly giving them an excuse to stay stuck in an old version of themselves that they'd already outgrown. So on one level, there's like, you can blame the other person for being manipulative, the karmic partner. And then the other hand, there's also the aspect of, them choosing that subconsciously because they weren't ready for you and because they were running away. So, having said that, I feel like a lot of people watching this have already decided to stop dealing with that, focusing on that, to stop chasing that situation by engaging with the story. Because it's kind of, I feel, reflecting the recent past energy here, what I'm talking about, of like where you've been, and now you're moving into this higher consciousness that I spoke about in the pre-meditation. And then there is going to be this new love on the horizon in the future, and I feel more is going to be revealed about the potential of this as you expand into your self-love, into your self-worth, into planting seeds of manifestation about what it is you truly want. And through these ascension activations, it's going to increase your sense of worth, right? It's going to increase your sense of self-worth. So let's get a few tarots. And, it's obvious that, to me anyway, that there is going to be new love coming in associated with that, that's going to be manifesting. So, I feel 2023 is going to be a big year for many people. And even by the end of 2022, there's going to be a big turnaround for a lot of you in terms of your career taking off, in terms of either some people will have stepped into a new relationship or will be stepping into a new relationship by the end of the year, and others will feel a lot more solid about themselves and, being in a good place either way, and a lot more ready to be open to receiving somebody that is on their level, in the first quarter of 2023. So what do you need to know from the tarot to give more depth to these messages? Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're such a tender soul. And on the bottom here, let's show you this card. You're such a tender soul. And at the bottom we have the Artist, which is a card that is unique to this deck. This is all about being a visionary and really turning within, turning away from the things of this world that are distractions that don't really matter, to come up with a much more vivid, meaningful, beautiful inspiration of what your life can be in the future, of what the world can be in the future. So this new love on the horizon, it has to do with personal love, but it also has to do with all the loves of your life. And I feel like these cosmic energies are freeing you a bit they're freeing you more fully from the matrix and from your sense of limitation about what's possible, and expanding your heart to a new level of love that is more aligned with these higher levels of love that your galactic neighbors have achieved. And it's just making a whole lot more possible for you. A whole lot more possible. And the Three of Pentacles is under that. So really positive for new creative projects. I feel like 2023 is going to be a lot of takeoff with a lot of creativity. So I feel like this Queen of Cups is you. I feel like this is you and not this other person. I feel that you are becoming a lot more psychic in this. A lot of times Queen of Cups is very much an intuitive empath. And I feel like part of this higher consciousness is an increase in your empathy and love for all beings. I feel there are certain lessons you had to learn before stepping fully into this energy so that you won't be overwhelmed by all this love, right? Because if you don't know how to set boundaries with lower vibrational energies or negative energies, then to just start opening up to all this love with higher like beings of light, it just could be a little dangerous. You know, you have to know who not to share certain things with, right? And that's why if somebody is not coming into your life right now, it's because they're still not knowing how to set boundaries with people of a lower vibration because of the fact that there's some stuff in their subconscious that's still unresolved. So what else do you need to know here? The moon. The Empress is on the bottom. If someone here is not being honest with you, they're not sharing like their true feelings with you. Yeah. We've got on the bottom of the deck here 9 of Swords and the Empress. Like somebody is all up in their head, all worried, up at night. They're thinking about you. They're very drawn towards you as this Empress. This is Queen of Cups. Like, they want all this love with you. The 7 of Cups underneath that, you could see there's like, this is a heavy 7 of Cups. You could see the mask there, right? There's like an energy of death around the card and mask about not really truly being alive and being confused, not knowing what to pick, not knowing what would really nurture them back to life. And I just feel the Empress is all about that nurturing mother and bringing things to life. And you could see with this moon card, you know, she's staring at the stars at night. Like, this person is up at night thinking about you, yearning for you, but while they're with somebody else. So some of these people may be moving on to have a new beginning. So I'm going to pull a few cards for that for anyone here that wants to know if like this new beginning is with, you know, somebody on some level that you've already had a connection with in the past. Some of you may want that, some of you may not, but let's just get into it for people that are curious about that opportunity. What do people need to know about that? Beautiful. Okay, so we've got Ace of Cups with High Priestess and 9 of Cups. So yes, if you do want to reconnect with this past person, once they're like, oh, the card on the bottom of the deck fall up too. This is another interesting major arcana called the Well. So I love that the Well came up with the Ace of Cups. There's a tremendous amount of creative potential to birth new things here. New ideas, new inspirations, new visions. Could even be a child, as well, because this person sees you as the empress, as the mother, if you're wanting children. And with this high priestess, it's like, I feel this is a very confident looking high priestess. I feel like you know your value here and you're okay on your own. I do. I feel like you're okay on your own, and I'm honestly truly proud of you. And you're ready to be inspired here no matter what, with this Ace of Cups and this Well. So, and like I talked about, this shift into this higher consciousness, right, which is a very spiritual journey you're going on as this high priestess and stepping up more into this role, is bringing through a lot of fulfillment for you. And this very well could just draw this relationship in and bring you even a wish fulfillment there as well. Because you're looking at the whole picture. You're creating a bigger vision for your life. That's a beautiful vision. And it's bringing it all in for you, right? So, I guess what I'm trying to say is they're inspired by you. This person who you've been having trouble with in the past, they're very inspired by you. And as you continue to grow on this path, they're going to continue to be more and more inspired by you and more drawn towards you. So I'm hearing like you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Keep doing you, and if things are truly meant to be with this person, if this is true, if it's truly your destiny path, to have a new beginning with them, with the Ace of Cups, you definitely can. And I don't want to say you will, because you have your free will choice, and but allow the Most High to guide you, right? And allow the Holy Spirit to really help you make a wise choice here. So, because High Priestess does speak about, going within and being a little solo, especially like, oh my gosh, it looks like being the priestess at the well, I feel like there's a lot of, I was channeling today, but a lot of sacred mysteries coming through soon about the ladies that tended to the wells, and a lot of things that Mary Magdalene studied, knew, embodied, her sacred wisdom, well wisdom. There's a lot more to, like, if you look at the Bible story of Jesus with the woman at the well, there's a lot more than that. It's kind of sad that there's no stories about, there's not as much about Mary Magdalene in the Bible as there is. But in these new energies that are coming through, especially if you embody a predominantly divine feminine energy, like, a lot of this wisdom about the sacred waters and the holy waters is going to be coming back. So it just feels very strong to, like, to lead with that, and it's just a much healthier place to be. There's just like no chase thing there. You know, it's like letting everything be really fluid. Let's see, what else is coming towards you overall? Like, and I'll try and get a read on how it specifically applies. All right, so we've got the Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Chariot, and the Hangman. Something, so I heard specifically, like the waiting is over with this Chariot and Hangman, right? The very first card that came through is that like things were very blocked, you know, and stagnant in your progress because of a past betrayal here with this Five of Swords. I feel also this applies to, you know, your counterpart that you've been dealing with in the past that like was felt stuck in a situation was because of some trauma. Like I said, there was some trauma wound there, whether it was conscious or subconscious. So, and you may have been like waiting on this person, like just waiting for them to like get it. But like you're not supposed to wait on that anymore. Like the Chariot in its true essence is like someone who's allowing themselves in surrender to be guided by the stars, by the divine, by the cosmic forces intuitively. And that's what you're stepping into here. And that's leading into a lot of prosperity, right? With this Six of Pentacles and this Nine of Pentacles. And the woman on this card is the benefactor. She's able to, it's not a man, it's a woman that has all this abundance that she's able to give and share with others. You know? You're stepping into a lot of grace, a lot of generosity, a lot of wisdom. I don't know. I feel like you're a really incredible person here. Looking at these cards. So you have a lot of love. You're very loving. I think even to some sense, I see this as like you lovingly kind of waiting on this other person who's just not been leaving somebody else and has been wearing a bit of this false mask. But, you know, God is guiding you also to stop worrying about this if you still are. Some people I think have already moved past it, but this, you know, for anyone that hasn't moved past it, to stop worrying about it. Some of these thoughts are actually from like these astral entities that are energy vampires, and you want to call in Archangel Michael to clear them so that you can pull all your energy back, take all your sacral energy back, and fully step into your Empress energy to attract, to hold all your energy, to walk away from all the confusion and all the BS. And like I was saying, like share your love appropriately with this Queen of Cups. And this is bringing in a huge inflow of prosperity for you. A lot of cash flow. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Some of this would be a little fast and unexpected. There could be a big gift coming in with the Six of Pentacles. Just you've got nothing to worry about here. It's all goodness. It's all, just hearing like it's all goodness from here on out. I know that's a little, you know, that's a little dramatic statement, but it's kind of like the right frame of mind for you to be in at this moment in time. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a cycle of lack and abandonment and poverty in your life, because of putting your energy out in situations that we're not able to reciprocate back properly or equally. Like, that's ending, that's over. That was bringing like a death energy into your life. But I feel like this is really, well, this feels heavy. While this was a really heavy lesson that you had to learn, like, I feel that a negative cycle is really, what I'm hearing is it's just about over here, and it's up to you to affirm it and step into it fully for yourself. Got a few more oracle to close the reading from another one of my decks. Yeah, you can't even make it up. I haven't even shuffled yet. Look, final verdicts in your favor. The Galactic Council grants you full access to the higher realms. Yes. This is like the pre-channeling, exactly. You are becoming very galactic. You are, and this is, I like, see how she's staring up at the stars there? It's like, you're gonna be staring at the stars in amazement. A lot of what was confusing for you before is gonna become much more intuitive and magical. And then the other card on the cut is tick-tock. It's time for a turnaround. Affirm what you are stepping into today. I think that's pretty much exactly what I was just saying about this time for this shift, and to affirm it. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful, guys. You're ready. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is great. Syrian light forces deployed. Ashtar command incoming. Yes, this is the Syrian energies I was feeling coming down through the pyramids. They're activating you. They're going to give you new important messages about your next step in your work and your mission. And then on the other card, we've got sweetness, solitude, masks off, no boundaries, no lies, and no misconceptions. Right? I feel honestly, for the immediate time being, this new, where things are at for you right now in the immediate is solo, because you are stepping so fully into who you are in a way that is so gorgeous, right? But what comes after this Ace of Cups is the Two of Cups, right? With this new love on the horizon that's coming in for you, right? And it's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be even more amazing because the level of self-love and self-awareness and spirituality that you're going to be at when it comes in. And I, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I gave some timelines, potential timelines for that. You're going to be happy to be in that energy when you come together with this person. This is so great. Okay, I want to get like one card that just pops right out of the deck. So it's coming towards you here. love it. This card is such a quirky one. It says revelations, Galatians, totems, gnomes, and fairy things. Alive, awake, and life-giving. And let me show you the card. It's a really quirky one. And it says, travel to where you're feeling called. You may not understand why until you get there. So this has to do with this well card and this priestess and this chariot, right? Like you could be traveling to water, traveling to certain holy wells. Somewhere in nature where you're going to be connecting with earth energy that's going to become more palpable and tangible this time. Connecting more powerfully with things in the past, maybe like some people maybe see as with suspect or suspicion, or even sometimes with judgment, but there is a lot of value. Like totems are, if you really connect with them, and fairy energies, when you really connect with them in places where the veil is already more thin, which I have done, you know, like an example that is on Vancouver Island. Like they're alive. They are alive. They're truly alive. Even like the Longhouse in the museum in Victoria, which is the city on Vancouver Island, is like alive, and like you take pictures in there, and there's like rainbows coming off, like shining everywhere, just like off of these cards. And when people sing in there, when you know the First Nations people go in there and sing, it just has another level of beauty and harmony that's almost like timeless. Like it's hard to put it into words. And you know you can hear the songs in the totem poles if you hug them. It's just like they're alive, right? They are alive. So, and I could get deeper into this card, but I'll say this: like I was reading Book of Revelations today, and this sort of awakening is important to the ultimate fulfillment of the Book of Revelations, which may not seem immediately like it makes sense or is intuitive, but it is, and it has to do with the coming together of different dimensions of reality and the convergence of crystalline energies, essences, forms, and being with the more earthy carbon-based elements. And it's only through a total kind of transformation and transfiguration that we can really kind of return to Eden. So a lot of these other beings already have been always living in these realms of peace. And that's, you know, what you're stepping into is not worrying about things anymore and stepping into higher consciousness and peace. And so you're going to be more waking up to all this truth about New Earth, New Jerusalem, about fairy realms, about ancient earth-based wisdom, you know, First Nations wisdom. It's all going to start to make more sense. And some travel is going to be important to this. So, right underneath that, there's a couple of potential options. You may be visiting some islands. Got island hopping. I know that's really kind of vague because there's a million places where you can hop islands, including on Vancouver Island. But there's places all over that you can island hop. So, but it's somewhere we're going to be connected with water. That's for sure. But then we have under that, we have Germany. So, and there's a lot of stories and magic around the Black Forest. I was reading a book with my daughter about the Black Forest. So, that might be significant as well. And still, I wouldn't limit yourself to just, those places, but they did seem to want to pop up. So take it for what resonates with you. And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you stepping into just this gorgeous, divine, feminine goddess energy that you are. And I'd love to support you further on this journey. So if you'd like a personal reading, please check out my information in the description box. Please subscribe to my channel. It's really important to grow the channel to get these messages out to more people who need them. So the best way you can do that is to support me by subscribing to the channel. Please like the video. That also really helps to get the video out to more people. And I look forward to connecting with you all again really soon with another update. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye.